But there is one guy, and The Rock refers to him as the biggest piece of Texas trailer park trash walking, and that's, of course, Stone Cold Steve Austin. When Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock get together, there's a certain magic there that happens that it's undeniable. And in the ring, outside the ring, for entertainment purposes, and even without, it's just there's a chemical reaction.
1999 was the year The Rock and Steve Austin established themselves alongside Hulk Hogan as the biggest stars the industry has ever seen. In an unprecedented occurrence, never before, never again, the WWF had two megastars in their prime, working full-time on television, peaking the industry artistically and financially. All the figures and numbers come from official TV charts, websites info of that time, and newsletters. January 1999. Rock and Mankind were in the middle of an iconic program, leading WWF Raw to its biggest lead in history at this point on WCW. Starting in November 1998, Rock and Mick Foley was the hottest program in the business, consistently drawing viewership peaks. After a 3-week hiatus, Austin came back at the first Raw of 1999, interrupting the Rock-Mankind match, starting the road for the Rumble pay-per-view. Built around arguably the greatest top-of-the-card the industry has ever seen. Between Rock, Austin, Foley, and McMahon's. The hype peaked in Royal Rumble 1999, drawing Rumble record pay-per-view number of around 670,000 to 700,000 buys. February 1999. The company was doing the best house show business in history, drawing over 14,000 fans a show on average. On television, Raw drew over 40,000 people for a television taping at the Toronto Sky Dome. Rock and Austin made some special guest appearances on TV series. Austin appeared on Nash Bridges. Rock appeared on That 70s Show. Both shows drew the all-time peak viewership for an episode of the series, cementing both as television powerhouses, even outside of their industry. The build-up for WrestleMania 15 has begun. March 1999. WWF broke all-time ratings and pay-per-view records in the month of March. Raw and Heat both entered to 6.0 and 5.0 respectively, for the first time ever. The shows, built around Rock's paranoia storyline with Big Show, got a fresh boost, as WCW's Giant was a great addition to the top 4 dynamic. Rock and Austin in the main event of WrestleMania 15 drew the biggest show in history, making it the highest-grossing pro wrestling event ever produced. A key point in the lead-up was the fact that there were no outside celebrities. Now, the wrestlers were the celebrities. April 1999. After being cheered at the record-setting WrestleMania, Rock, as a heel, came out the next night on Raw to the biggest pop of the show. The writing was on the wall. Despite every effort to remain a heel, the crowd turned him babyface for months, waiting for the return of the People's Champ. In a AOL Internet interview before Backlash 1999, Rock, half in character, saying that the audience pretty much made up their mind. In later interviews, Rock confirmed that WrestleMania and Backlash was supposed to be the start of a long program between the two. But the crowd reaction changed that, sending them both to different directions. Rock and Austin took the creativity and intensity of their program to another level, with some of the greatest interactions ever seen. Producing timeless television. With Rock now a babyface, the biggest and most interesting conflict in the industry wasn't part of the TV show, but the reality of the backstage situation. Austin, the established top babyface, known to be very protective of his spot and booking, now had a legit equal on a meteoric rise never before seen. Despite the respect between them, the tension and competitiveness took over, with both refusing to accept any other position than number one. Rock and Austin now leading the company to all-time peak inside the industry, or getting offers from all forms of entertainment, commercials, TV shows, movies, magazines. In the television product, both were working main event programs, leading to a big King of the Ring pay-per-view. Rock against The Undertaker. Austin against Vince and Shane. July and August 1999. With both getting equal merchandise billing from the company, both now fighting for the biggest share of their own audience, as opposed to a share of the WCW fan base. One supernova had to explode. Rock's new DVD, Know Your Role, debuted as the #1 top seller in the sports charts. Rock's merchandise were dominating the top sellers charts, often having multiple items in the top 10. Jim Ross, in his weekly blog, confirmed that the top 3 merchandise sellers were 1. Rock, 2. Austin, 3. Road Dogg. Austin and Rock were separated for months, with everyone knowing that it's going to explode soon in the biggest show of all time. As a result, Rock, despite working with up-and-coming talent, being used to elevate opponents to main event status, took over as the #1 guy in the industry in the summer of '99. September to December 1999. Rock took creativity to another level in the month of September, producing incredible artistic performances on a weekly basis. Austin came back from knee injury, a break after the SummerSlam pay-per-view. In the September 27th Raw, Rock and Foley drew the highest-rated quarter in the history of the Monday Night Wars, with an 8.4 rating, for the all-time great, This Is You Live segment. Beating WCW 8.4 to 1.6, the largest margin in history. Another milestone happened in the 1999 Emmy Awards, with both Rock and Austin in character, doing a skit on stage, in the official Emmy broadcast. Austin and Rock finally interacted on television in October and November. The crowd, now noticeably more in Rock's side, pushed the company to make drastic decisions. With the well-documented real-life situation, fans were analyzing every word, trying to separate the work from the shoot. With Rock surpassing all competition from both companies, as the biggest ratings draw, merchandise draw, house show draw, and overall crowd attraction, the plan was for Steve Austin to turn heel, leading to a record-breaking Rock vs. Austin WrestleMania 2000 rematch, with Rock getting his win back. That plan was delayed as Austin needed neck surgery. Prior to that, with reports coming out on some discomfort in the locker room, WWF executive, Terry Taylor, and head writer, Vince Russo, both confirmed the reports. The company riding Rock's wave, on his way to become one of the biggest celebrities in worldwide mainstream media, named its return show to national television after him, in SmackDown, along with the entire brand of the video games on his catchphrases. In December 1999, Rock and Austin were talking on the phone weekly, sharing a special bond, and planning future plans. That's the story of the historic 1999, an unmatched year in many aspects. In the following year, Rock took the wrestling industry to its greatest heights. Austin had a successful neck surgery, and was ready to return. The collision was imminent.
We're not an audience, you know, where it's 20,000 people or 60,000 people, where I'm trying to project all the way to the back of that audience. So all I've done, you know, when I get on Monday Night Raw or in a pay-per-view or whatever, in that situation, all I do is get that volume switch and turn it all the way up. But the two people are actually the same person.
More contemporary, more marketable, and becoming the persona of The Rock allowed me to be creative and be innovative and really kind of just do my thing out there.
In the interview, the numbers don't lie. Well, our ratings don't lie when I'm on USA Network. Those numbers don't lie.
In terms of popularity, there's nobody like him right now in the world of sports entertainment, The Rock.
You know, in a character like The Rock, there's a lot of depth, there's a lot of substance. A guy just goes out there and he performs for one reason only, and that's just to entertain the fans. If The Rock wants to sing, he sings. If he wants to do whatever he wants to do, he just goes ahead and he does it. People appreciate that, the fans appreciate that, and they show The Rock every day, and it's like the ratings, a show with a rating. 8, 9 rating, 10 million people a week.
When Vince McMahon brought me out there and I changed this name I had, getting the ringmaster to Stone Cold Steve Austin, finally he gave me that football, and when he did, I took off and ran with it, and I'm not dropping it, I'm not giving it back.
This is 1999. The Rock is fixing to take the WWF into the next millennium.